The following program is being brought to you on the Voice America Women's Channel. For more information about our network and to check out additional show hosts and topics of interest, please visit voiceamericawomen.com. The Voice America Talk Radio Network is the worldwide leader in live Internet talk radio. Visit voiceamerica.com. The views and ideas expressed on the following program are strictly those of the host or guests and do not necessarily reflect the views and ideas held by the Voice America Talk Radio Network, its staff, and management.
Welcome to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with Rebecca Hall Gruyter. In our program each week, we provide the tools, ideas, and encouragement to help you move ahead on your journey, becoming a more powerful and impactful woman in your own life. Now here's your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter.
Welcome, everyone. I hope that you're having a wonderful week. We're excited to have you joining us today, just after Valentine's Day. And we have a really special show today where we're going to be talking about love, really having our soulmate and building powerful relationships. So whether you are in a relationship or you're looking to be in one, I know you're going to find rich information and tips and insight and a really loving and supportive place on our show today. I have two experts that are going to share their wisdom and expertise on these subjects. So I hope that you're leaning in, excited to learn and be supported and be empowered around love and relationships in your life. And it was really touched upon my heart to share a bit of a personal story with you today around this. I was at a point where I had kind of given up on relationships. I'd been really crushed and hurt in the last one, just devastated, and didn't know if I really had it in me to be in a relationship and to open myself up again. And after a lot of prayer and reflection and meditation, I finally felt ready, a prompting and a pulling to step out there a little bit and meet people again and be open. But I wanted to do it slowly and be a little bit safe in it and have systems and processes because I like systems and processes. And so I reached out on eHarmony and I met a lot of amazing men and found a lot about myself in the process as well. And part of the reason Valentine's Day is so special to me is it was my favorite number's 3. And on my third date with Andrew, that was actually our first date was Andrew. Was on Valentine's Day. And he knew my favorite number was 3. And so he gave me 3 of everything and gave me a really special card. The next year on Valentine's Day, he proposed. And I look back on those 2 Valentine's Day, and the first one, we're just kind of getting to know each other. There's a lot of uncertainty. It was kind of brave to do a date on Valentine's Day like that. But we did, and we both felt really led in it. And then the really magical love bubble kind of experience that we had when he proposed and not being grounded for a little while, just really floating around in that love bubble for a while. And then our next Valentine's Day, we were married and just kind of discovering that we were a little different than we kind of thought. And it wasn't just us as individuals anymore and kind of what that meant. And then the next Valentine's Day after that, we had really become a we, and we had weathered some storms and we're really discovering more about that. And then fast forwarding to this last Valentine's Day, it's always a time that we do some reflection and celebration, and we're really excited to have each other in our lives. And it was a time of powerful richness and connection, really knowing each other on a much deeper level and celebrating and looking towards the future. And I just thought I wanted to share those with you today. Not that I thought I knew. I really had it laid on my heart that I wanted to share a little bit about Valentine's Day and why that is such a special date for me, and why I wanted to bring love experts in to really serve all of us. Because I know as I stepped forward in those things, I didn't really have an expert guiding me. And there were probably things and missteps that I could have avoided if I had a little support on the journey. Maybe that previous relationship wouldn't have been quite so crushing, or I would have been able to move forward more powerfully and effectively in building the life that we have together today now, which I'm very, very grateful for and celebrate with each Valentine's Days. And so I wanted to bring in people to really walk beside us and share their wisdom and insight and how to really go out there and find that soulmate, that love of your life, or receive them into your life, draw them in. Or perhaps you are in a relationship, and how do we just even take that to the next level? All of that shared. What I'd love for you to do today is take a deep breath, because I believe there's a reason and a purpose you are drawn to this particular time together today, and I really want this to serve you. So what I'd love to have you do is, those of you who are able to, it's safe for you to close your eyes and really focus in. Those of you who are driving, please stay safe, both hands on the wheel, stay focused. We want you safe and joining us for future shows. But those of you who are able to, go ahead and close your eyes. Put one hand on your heart, one hand on your head, bringing all of you in. Wonderful. Deep breath. And in this place, mind, body, soul, and spirit, what is it that you need today that will serve and support you on your journey? Are you looking for hope and encouragement? Are you looking for a deepening? Looking for an increase in romance? Are you looking for that soulmate? What is it that you need today? What are you looking for? And receive that information. And now that you know some of what you're looking for today, the second question I'd like to ask is, what is it today, now, that will serve and support you to move in that direction for what it is that you need and want and are looking for and wanting to receive? What is it that you need today? Breathe that in. Sometimes the information will come in a word, a phrase, a song, a sound, a reminder, a picture, words. However the information comes, receive. And then go ahead, open up your eyes, and capture that information. I invite you to actually write it down so you can keep top of mind what it is that you need today, that you're looking for, that you want. And when we have clarity on what we're looking for, it's a lot easier to recognize it. It's a lot easier to lean in, to receive, to say yes. So I encourage you to open your ears to hear, your heart to receive the wisdom and information that we have for you today, that it really support you in practical ways and profound ways to have the love of your life, powerful relationships, your soulmate. One more deep breath. Wonderful. Kathleen, I was wondering if you had anything laid upon your heart that you would like to share with us this morning as we went in and listened to our hearts.
I'm struck by the visualization that you just did, how wonderful that was, and how that would be actually a perfect thing for people to do every morning, and to go into their heart and extend that love energy out into the world. If they're single particularly, and they're wanting to picture that perfect mate coming towards them, the exercise you did is the perfect one for that. And if they're in a relationship, they can go into that same place in their heart and extend that love to their partner in a visualization every morning or every evening. That'd be a wonderful thing to do. Put yourself in a bubble with the other person.
I love that.
Thank you. Thank you for that. That was great.
Absolutely. I love that. We are empowered to create our own love bubbles.
Yes,
and extend
exactly.
them out. Beautiful. What a way to begin and end our days. I love it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
And Mai, did you have anything laid upon your heart to share?
I have the complete opposite, which I had to laugh at myself because this is what my clients go through. My clients get so busy with their business and their children, and when they're invited to the bubble of their love and heart, they just go, what is that? I was multitasking. I took a message instead. I was doing other things instead of going to my heart. And I was just like, oh, that is so true to form what a busy entrepreneur mom who is trying to run a business and try to date, try to have love in their life, what they have to go through. So what I got in touch with was the reality of what my clients face.
Yep, being pulled too many directions sometimes, or lots of directions. Yeah, and have that awareness, because otherwise we don't even recognize it's happening. Oh, great. Thank you for sharing. Well, and what was really laid on my heart, and I think the reason I was so drawn to share just a little bit of my story with Andrew and why Valentine's Days are so important to me, is that I had, I think, certain expectations as I was going in and starting this relationship, and as we were both leaning into it, and then ended up married, and by choice. We're excited to be married. We're happily married, but it was a journey, and there were ups and downs in that cycle, and there were ups and downs in our relationship, and all of them, in a sense, were opportunities to bring us closer into that love bubble, or times where we may have pulled away. And that's where I love to have experts come in who can really help us draw closer together in the busyness of life and the realness of life. How can we draw more into each other and more into that love bubble and really embrace how we're all made? And one of the biggest journeys for me in that walk, and these Valentine's Days are great benchmarks for me because they've been so meaningful in our life, is really my discovery of becoming a we in the journey, and how profound and powerful that has been, where we really become united versus two separate individuals. And that's been just a really profound journey for me, and a lot of times needed people to walk beside me because I didn't know how to do that. I knew how to be a me. I knew how to be Rebecca. But it took some support to learn how to be Rebecca Hall Gruyter and a we. And so I encourage you to really lean in and listen to what it is that you need today to support you wherever you are in looking for, wanting that love in your life, or you are in a relationship, to really have it be rich and full the way that you desire it to be. So as we go into our first commercial break, I invite you, it's your choice, but I invite you to take advantage of this break. It's just 2 minutes to really lean in and listen to what it is that is on your heart, what it is that you need today, so that as we share, that can be called forth and we can serve and support you. We'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you enjoyed that break and you took the opportunity to lean into you and really listen to your heart and what it is that will serve and support you as you're looking at love in your life, and what is it that you need that will help move you powerfully forward. Wonderful. Well, our first guest expert is a good friend of mine. I know you're going to love her heart. You will feel her love bubble energy as we dig in our conversation with her. And let me just share a little bit about Kathleen Sims. You got to hear her heart a bit in our first segment. But here's just a little bit about who she is and what she's doing. She's the founder of the Center for Conscious Living, the founder of Kathleen the Love Coach, a speaker, a teacher, a spiritual healer, hypnotherapist, best-selling author many times over. And she has over 25 years empowering singles and couples. So please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing Kathleen Sims to the show. Welcome.
Thank you. How exciting. Clap, 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 clap for everybody. I love it.
Exactly.
Great.
Well, Kathleen, I know you have great heart and love and passion for love. And you've been serving couples and singles for many, many years in this area. But I'd love to take a moment before we get into all your juicy content and information. I'd love to know more of your heart in this and why this work of empowering singles and couples is personally so important to you.
Oh, that's such a great question, and it runs very deep in my soul, I can tell you that. When I was 16, I manifested my soulmate, and I knew I was already married to him and had 2 kids and a house in a vision that came to me before I knew his name. And I just saw him across the room, and this bubble came over me. That's why I talk about the love bubble. This bubble came over me, and I was already married to him, basically, and it came through and through, and it was my first experience of what manifestation actually is. It's really pulling, that energy and then drawing it to you. And I went out of the bubble, and I ruthlessly chased him down the hall until he surrendered to me. And before I was 18, I was married and had a child and bought a house exactly like the one in the picture. And we were together for 40 years. And the first 15, I lived in the question wondering what the heck happened to me. So I've been telling this story for 25 years since then.
And I know you said that you chased him down the hall, and I've heard you share this story on stage in a more expanded way. You did more than just chase him down the hall, correct?
Oh, my God. I was ruthless, and it's so embarrassing. I'd probably do the same now, but more subtly. I did. I found out where he parked his car, where he worked, where he lived, what classes he was in. I made sure I was everywhere in front of him. I made one of his friends set me up with a blind date within 4 days of having the visualization. Oh, my gosh, it's so embarrassing. And I didn't, and this is even funnier, I didn't tell him the story for 15 years after we were married.
Oh, that's funny. I didn't know that.
I know. I didn't want him to think that he didn't have a choice in the matter. Oh, my gosh. Oh. Well, and after I told him, he said, well, the first day I met your mother, I couldn't sleep for 3 days, and I had a deja vu experience. I'd been with her in another life. So I married you because of your mother. Oh, my God. The stories go on and on. It's amazing.
Well, I love that you knew, that knowing. And my husband, he knew that about me before I knew. He knew. And that you followed through on that and had such conviction that you were very effective in the results.
That's why I teach it. It works. I know it works.
So I love that about your story. So thank you for sharing. And I also know there's a poignant moment in your story that you really had this conviction to share what you learned about love with the world. Do you mind sharing that moment with us today?
And
I know this wasn't, so listeners, I went off the questions we prepared.
Oh, yes, you threw me off because I have so many love stories.
Yeah, and there was a moment where your husband shared with you about what you had as really special.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry, exactly. One morning, he passed me in the hall, and he pulled me over, and he hugged me, and he didn't just hug me, he held me, and he said, oh, my God, this feels so good. I'm going to retire soon, and we're going to have more time to do just this. And then he said, everybody deserves to have love like ours, and I don't know anyone that has love like this. And you need to get out there even more in the world, Kathleen, about this. Everybody deserves it.
And do you want to share what happened next?
And then 30 minutes later, actually, he had a heart attack and passed away. And that was actually the last thing he ever said to me. Talk about completion.
I appreciate you sharing that with us today. And the reason I was led to go there and wanted to share is because I really love the love that you guys created and had, and the conviction with which you move forward in the world, really sharing and empowering others to have that kind of love. And a lot of that came from that time and that moment, and that you didn't, in a sense, pull back, shut down, and retreat. You leaned in and are bringing your legacy of love forward, and I honor and celebrate that.
Oh, thank you. I do feel like he's standing next to me all the time when I'm teaching, and so I feel like I'm still teaching from the place of we, and yet I still was able to have a second love soulmate in my life after that. So I feel like I have two soulmates around me, which is great.
I love that. Now, do you mind, because we've used this term soulmate a couple of times, in my introduction, and now you used it again. What is a soulmate?
My definition of a soulmate might be different than others, but how I talk about it is a soulmate is a person with a complementary soul that has a complementary life purpose to yours. And And a person does not need to be in a soulmate relationship really to have everlasting love in their life. And so I kind of want to bust the myth that people think in order to be happy and in love, they need to have a soulmate, and maybe there's only one in the entire world, and I'm not going to get mine, That isn't the way it is. My husband and I had a complementary purpose that he took care of everything around me, and I went out in the world and taught about love. And we were on the same team, even though he was at home taking care of the house and the kids and supporting me and working. He felt like his purpose in life was to support me fully so I could teach about our love in the world. Mm-hmm. And that's a great example to me of a complementary purpose. And the people out in the world, it might not have looked like that. Mm-hmm. And on the other hand, I know people that have had everlasting love for 50 years, they might not have had a complementary purpose, and they had a fabulous, loving relationship. So,
well, thank you. Thank you for
that. Yes.
I love to bust myths and bring truth, so thank you. I appreciate that. And I know that you've put together an amazing gift to really support our listeners in this area of love. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that?
Yes, I would. I have an ebook that's called Manifest Your Soulmate, and it's an introduction to the work of how to do that and gain clarity about who you are and what it is exactly that you want, and how to embody that and extend it out in the world and attract your soulmate.
Beautiful. And listeners, I will let you know how to lean into this powerful ebook and tool to get that clarity and support towards the end of the show. So you want to make sure you stay tuned so you can get this exciting resource to help powerfully move you forward. And there's one other thing, Kathleen, that I know that you're passionate about, and that's the soul's blueprint. Do you mind sharing what is the soul's blueprint?
I do have a belief that we're born with a blueprint within us, and it's like we're destined for certain things, including what our gifts are in the world and what we're to give and let come through us and be given as a contribution out in the world. And that also, it includes our life purpose, which is one of the things I work with people, and my own life purpose being spreading love in the world, healing one heart at a time. And I feel like the more we become our authentic self and know who we are deeply, the more that will be revealed truly to us, so that we can express that truly out in the world as an authentic expression of who we are. And that's what happiness is about, is finding that and being that and extending that in the world.
Beautiful. I love that. And do you feel there's value and connection where really doing that work and knowing your soul's blueprint and leaning into that authentically helps connect us more deeply with the love of our life that we have or that we're wanting to bring into our life? Are those connected?
Absolutely. If I'm expressing my authentic self in the world, that radiates a vibration of the essence of who I am in the world. And it attracts people to me, including friendships and including opportunities for expression like our life work, and including the love of our life. So the more authentic I am and the more I'm active out in the world, the more what becomes created around me in all domains of my life will be a direct reflection of who I truly am.
Beautiful. Thank you for
including Rebecca, friends like you and Mai Vu.
Exactly.
Yes, us as a threesome are exactly an example of that.
Beautiful. Thank you for sharing. I so appreciate that. We are getting ready for our next break here. So, listeners, I invite you, as you have this next time or commercial break here, I really encourage you to listen to your heart. And what is it that you need today? Does the gift that Kathleen, her ebook, really resonate with you? Then put that as an action step you can take today and say yes to. I will make sure to let you know how to do that when we come back. So we'll look forward to talking to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Age with Attitude TV is for the woman who does not see her future as a nice little old lady, but rather she sees herself living a bold, juicy, kick-ass second half. Now, if this is the life you want for your second 50, then Age with Attitude TV is for you. You'll find stories to inspire you, plus money and metabolism tips that really work. Check it all out at agewithattitude.tv, presented by Jan Rose Distel. Find us on voiceamerica.tv. And remember, it's never too late to create a life you love.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Tune in for Suzanne Ross and Lighten Up TV, evolutionary wellness for the body, mind, and spirit. Each episode features Suzanne and her amazing guests, including inspirational authors, speakers, wellness experts, and spiritual guides. This series is focused on achieving total well-being so that you can live well and love life. Visit lightenuptv.net to find out more. Lighten Up TV is presented by the Awakening Center, a nonprofit for those seeking a higher way of living and being. Don't miss out on living your best life now. Go to lightenuptv.net today.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you got the opportunity to listen to your heartbeat a little bit there, and really, what is it that you need today that is being called forth in the area of love? Now, our next interview is going to be with the amazing and dynamic Mai Vu. I know you're going to love her passion and her energy. You will feel that as we spend some time talking with her and having her share her wisdom and expertise with us. But let me share just a little bit about her. She coaches busy business moms to attract and create everlasting love. She has a 6-figure global practice supporting, through the last 20 years, she has supported over 1,000 women to move forward in this area of their life. And so please lean in and warmly welcome the amazing and talented Mai Vu to the show. Welcome!
Yay, me!
I love it. So Mai Vu, welcome officially to the show. And I'd love to take a moment and tap into why this work of helping busy business moms is so important to you personally.
Because I'm one of them, and I know what it takes to do this and why it's so important. To me, it's not just about building a business, and it's not just about having love. They don't separate. They are part of an integrated part of one package, which is me. And I'm not one of those moms that stay at home and put the kids first. I'm a working mom. I'm a career mom. I love my business. I love going around the world, spreading my message and having an impact. And I also love my child, and I love my family. And I had not planned on being divorced. I really was on the track of being married forever. I had a great husband. Everything was solid. And then when my marriage came to an end, it really threw me for a loop and had me wonder what the heck happened. But that was the last piece that I needed to really build my work in the world, to show myself and other women how to do over and really have the life and the love and the business that we want. So that's why I'm so passionate about what I do.
Thank you. I appreciate you sharing that because, sometimes it's in those things we never thought would happen where there are some great gifts and can help us take things to the next level and serve in an even greater way. And I love that that has been what has come out of that for you, and that you're able to support women powerfully in this area around the world. So I celebrate the work you do. Thank you.
I celebrate the work you do too, Rebecca. You are such a pioneer, and your reach is so wide and deep. I being on your show is just amazing. So thank you for your work.
Thank you, Mai Vu. I appreciate that and receive that. It's such an honor to be able to do the work that I get to do in the world and really serve people around the world and be able to bring people like you and Kathleen to all of my people. So thank you. I appreciate it.
It's a party.
That's right. And actually, behind the scenes, I'm going to give a behind the scenes moment. And I know Kathleen and Mai Vu, you won't mind me sharing this.
Yeah.
But behind the scenes, we were all just celebrating each other, and we created this love bubble where we were just so excited to be together on this show, in this subject, and even behind the scenes. So I hope that listeners, you can feel that love bubble echoing out with our time together here. Definitely been created. But let's go back to this subject we were talking about, maybe about busy business women and those who maybe are having to restart and having situations like that where the way they thought life would play out has maybe evolved a little bit differently and are struggling in this area of love and having that person in their life. What are or is one of the biggest mistakes, if you want to share a couple, that women make perhaps pushing love and money and success away? Because, right, those are all tied together. They're not mutually exclusive. What are some of the biggest mistakes you see them doing around that?
This is so common all around the world that I'm fascinated with this, is that we do three things. First, we take on way too much work, and we think we have to do it all. Underneath that, we're run by a sense of not enough, not good enough, haven't done enough, so we're run by that. And that feeds into the third thing, which is because of that guilt, then we start to walk on eggshells trying to take care of everybody. And so doing too much, running by guilt and fear that we're not good enough, and then walking on eggshells trying to please everyone has us really push love, success, money, everything that we want away.
Mm. Yep. Well, listeners, I just want you to take that in, that taking on too much, I'm just make sure I took good notes here, taking on everything, or lots and lots of things, maybe too much. Then it's a self-fulfilling prophecy, right? Because then we're not enough, right? We just prove that by taking on more than perhaps we can do. And then we feel guilty because of that. And we walk around on eggshells trying to take care of everyone else, which to me just perpetuates the same situation, the same equation. So just listeners, let's check in for a moment and see if some of that is going on in our life.
And I want to add to
Sure.
Kathleen's story. With my first marriage, I did the same thing. I saw my guy And I saw right away our whole future together, and I pursued him. It took me 3 years to pursue him. I took it on as it was my job to do this. I pursued him. I didn't think I was good enough, and I convinced him. And we had a great marriage, 18 years of solid marriage, of me doing all those three things. At the end of our marriage, you know what we got? Both of us looked at each other and going, how come you don't see me, don't appreciate me? How come we're not feeling that passionate love anymore? That was mind-blowing to me. I didn't understand why that was the case. How could we have invested so much, and I have worked so hard in this relationship, and yet it became dull and became stagnant for us instead of taking us to the deep love that we were wanting to have. So I had to solve that puzzle. And that's why I love working with divorced moms who are dating again, and we have this do-over, and we have this big equation to solve, and I now know the way.
I love that. And I think sometimes if we can really understand where we have, I call it a false equation or a negative equation kind of running in our life, that we can then start unraveling that and start a different pattern, a different equation, a different truth in our life. So do you have any tips around how we can start on that path, or let love, and I know you like, is it hot, passionate? What's the phrase you like to use? I want to make sure I'm using that.
I use a couple. One is let love in. The other one is have your hot life with hot love. Why not?
There you go. I knew hot was in there.
and last but not least, I want you to be loved, adored, and cherished in life. I don't just want you to have the love of your life. I want you to be adored and cherished, because that is so important for a hardworking entrepreneurial moms who want to make a difference in the world. We tend to do life from working hard and sacrificing ourselves, and we don't realize that only runs us into the ground. What we need is to be loved, adored, and cherished.
Beautiful. I claim that for each and every listener that we can be, and we can be, bring in to our life a way of being loved and adored and cherished, that is possible. And we can have that in our life. So breathe that in. And then I know that you have an amazing gift that you've put together for us. Do you mind sharing a little bit about that? And then I'll let them know how to find it.
Oh, yay. 5 years in the making. I finally put it together. My concept, how you got here, and how to get out of this mess that you're in. I call it my... The Divorced Mom's Guide to Dating, How to Be Loved, Adored, and Cherished. It's on my website. I so want you all to have a copy of that.
Woohoo! Thank you. Thank you for spending 5 years to bring that forward and share and help all of us be loved, adored, and cherished. What a generous gift and way of being that we can bring in our life. I thank you for making that available and possible.
Thank you so much for receiving it so well.
Absolutely. The love bubble continues. I love it. I hope you all are feeling the energy. So, listeners, I promised to let you know how to access Kathleen's amazing gift and the gift that Mai Vu has just described to you as well. Here's how you do that, because I want you to be able to connect with our experts and have the access that I do to them and really get the tools that are going to support you. So you go to www.radiogifts, plural, that's gifts because there are more than one, .net. Again, that's radiogifts.net. Put in your name and email address so we can stay in touch, and then scroll down to today's date, which is February 16th, and you will see Kathleen and Mai Vu's pictures there. You can click on their generous gifts and lean in and say yes to you. So I encourage you during this next break to lean in, say yes, but make sure to come back in 2 minutes for our exciting closing segment. We'll talk to you in just a moment.
Your favorite Voice America Talk Radio Network shows and hosts are in your car, outdoors, and wherever you need them to be. Listen anywhere. Get our mobile app for iPhone, BlackBerry, or Android at the Apple iTunes App Store, BlackBerry App World, or Android Market.
Rebecca Hall Gruyter's Speaker Talent Search is looking for people like you. With just one 7-minute audition, you could open the doors to hundreds of speaking opportunities. This is a dynamic way to share your message, reach more people, and expand your impact. Apply now at yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent. Finalists get to audition live in front of community leaders looking to fill all kinds of speaking opportunities. Don't wait. Find out more. Visit yourpurposedrivenpractice.net/speaker-talent.
Are you ready for your rush of success? I'm Jim T. Chong, the walk star.
And I'm Cammie Ferry, the theater queen, the host of Rush Hour for Success on Money 105.5 on Thursdays and Fridays at 2 p.m. It's about getting entertained and getting solutions for your success in life and business.
Visit us on Facebook at Money 105.5 FM Rush Hour for Success, or download the Money 105.5 app on your phone for the live stream. That's Thursdays and Fridays, 2 p.m. Pacific Time. Get entertained,
get educated, and get your rush on
Rush Hour for Success.
Announcing a powerful new TV channel featuring programs designed to enhance and transform your life. Make powerful connections, one program at a time. And by doing so, we can bring transformation to the world. Tune in each week to Empowered Connections TV as we add new programs to help you make empowered connections of your own. Visit empoweredconnectionstv.com. That's empoweredconnectionstv.com. And make the most of an incredible life transformation.
Become our friend on Facebook. Post your thoughts about our shows and network on our timeline. Visit facebook.com/Voice America.
You're listening to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter. If you have a question or comment for Rebecca or her guest, we'd love to hear from you. Please call into the program at 1-866-613-1612. That's 1-866-613-1612. You may also send an email to Rebecca at yourpurposedrivenpractice.com. Now back to Empowering Women, Transforming Lives.
Welcome back, everyone. I hope that you took advantage of that couple-minute break and got to lean into you. And really take that time out to click on those gifts that are really going to support and encourage you. If for some chance or some reason you weren't able to run over and click on the free gifts, again, I'll give you the link. It's Radio Gifts, and that's plural, gifts.net. Again, that's radiogifts.net, and you'll see a world of gifts and tools to support you on your journey. And you'll actually find several gifts from me as well. So please feel free to lean in and say yes to those things that are going to serve and support you, because I want you to live an empowered, transformational life, heart by heart, choice by choice, day by day, because it makes a huge difference to you and to all of those around you when we do that and we fully show up, we fully share the gift of who we are. So I'm committed to really empowering you to do that in your life. And I hope that you feel that every time that we connect through the airwaves with you. So let's take a breath. Beautiful. And I wanted to take a moment and give Mai Vu and Kathleen Sims an opportunity to share one more piece of advice, wisdom, or a tip that was laid on your heart. You know, both of these individuals have spent over 20 years really serving in the area of love, and they have so much wisdom and warmth and passion for what they bring to the world that I encourage you to lean into them and get to know them. And I'm excited to have one more moment that we can spend with them to tap into the amazing resource and heart that they both are and have. So with that, Kathleen, do you have something on your heart to share with us as we are bringing our show to a close? Mm-hmm.
I do. I'm excited to share about this. Whether you're single or you're in a relationship, this is a perfect thing to bring into your life, and that is that, you hear a lot about you need to love yourself. And to me, that sentence even is erroneous because it turns yourself into an object, like yourself is outside of you or something. And my way of teaching is that I am love, that if I can get in touch with my heart and the essence and vibration within the middle of me, imagining it sort of like the vibration of the sun. The sun never changes. It's always there, even on a cloudy day. And that sun is within me, and that is my essence, and that's the exact same vibration of what love actually is, and that we can extend that like rays of the sun out into the world from the core of ourselves, and that life shows up in front of us. You see, it's not that the self is outside of me, it's that life is outside of me. And imagine that clouds come and go and eclipse our love and our real self from time to time, and we stand in the shadow. But the sun in the middle of my heart, that's love, never changes. And imagine that, negative thoughts or negative things that happen to us just float on by like a cloud, and you can detach from them by setting them on a cloud. And I teach about that in my work and in a course called The Love Shop. And if we could all get that who I am is love, I don't have to go anywhere. I just have to foster and nurture who I really am, and then extend that in the world, and all will be well.
I love that. As you were sharing, that's such a beautiful visual. I picture us all beaming love out in these rays.
Exactly.
To the world. And we can bring that heart meditation in the beginning of our day and the end of our day, throughout the day, and really bring that to the world and have it, and in a sense, stronger and stronger with us and within us, and then bringing that forward into the world. Really beautiful. Thank you for your share. I appreciate that. Mai Vu, how about you? Do you have something big upon your heart? I'd love to hear it.
For me, it's all about let love in. Very practical. Love, money, and success are literally all around us. But unfortunately, we unknowingly push it away. With our no, with our maybes, with our confusion, with our tiredness and overwhelm. All you have to do is say yes. It's really simple. Just say yes. And let love in.
Let love in. And what I appreciate about both of the things that you shared, just really struck me, is that this is putting us into a place of empowerment, which I love and I'm all about. Because when we get to make the choice to say yes, we get to make the choice to echo love out into the world, we get to make those choices. That's a place of empowerment. Not a waiting for it to come to us, hoping that it will, where it's in a sense relying on others and circumstances, etc. That puts us in a place of almost a victim, in a sense, where we don't have control. Whereas we can really step into this place of, I let love in, and I am sharing love out to the world. And that's a very powerful and attractive and connected place to be. And I invite all of you to really stand in that, to say yes to you, to what matters to you, to what you want to have in your life, including love. Be willing to let it in. Be willing to let it out and share it with the world. Bring in practical steps that you can take in your life to do that. Maybe a routine where you start your day really sharing love with yourself and having the love bubble and bringing that out to the world from your heart, and leaning in deliberately, opening yourself up, and then closing your day with that as well. Building that pattern and routine in your life. One of the most powerful things for me that I have discovered in life, because I'm a doer, I can move very, very quickly in life, is I didn't have pausing in my life at all. That was a foreign concept to me. I would get distracted 3 seconds in to a breath. And what I have discovered is when I can actually pause, take a breath and listen, and it only takes like 30 seconds, sometimes a minute, that I can build that into my life. It lowers my cortisol, lowers my stress. I have more clarity. I can choose with my next breath who I want to be, how I want to be. Can't always control the circumstances around me, but I can really decide this is who I choose to be in this moment and with this next breath. So I invite you to bring that breath by breath into your life, to make those choices to be exactly who you want to be, who you are, particularly in this area of love. You do have choice, and you do have great power that you can bring to yourself, that you can share with the world in this area. You get to say yes. And my heart's desire as you go forth from our show, you go forth out in the world, is that you'll do it with great purpose, because you are of great worth. That wherever you go, whatever you do, may you always, always bloom where you're planted and shine. I look forward to talking to you next week.
Thank you for joining us this week for Empowering Women, Transforming Lives. Please tune in again for another edition with your host, Rebecca Hall Gruyter, next Tuesday at 2 p.m. Eastern Time, 11 a.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Women's Channel. And join us for a replay of the show every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, 2 p.m. Pacific, on the Voice America Empowerment Channel. Have a beautiful week, and may you always bloom where you're planted and shine.